everybody for tuning in with the Illinois Music Conference, man. It's been a long time coming due to everything because basically we're still shut down here. I don't know about any other states, but we're still kind of locked down a little bit. So make sure you guys put your information in the chat rooms and everything else like that. Manny, anything you want to say as far as the assistant state manager?
Yeah, as far as Illinois is going, this is just the beginning. We're trying to, catch Indiana. We got DJ Ty of DJ International over there doing some big things. So it's just the beginning, man. We're just starting.
Oh yeah, man, it's love. So next up is the radio panel, man. I really am excited for all this, man. I really am. We're gonna have also a tag along DJ Ty from Indiana, or the assistant regional manager, man. DJ Ty, you there, bro?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, definitely, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to pack for this event too, so I'm here. So it might take me a minute or two to chime in, but I'm listening.
It's all good. It's all good, man. I'm gonna introduce everybody else. DJ Mo Presses is on our way. Our moderator is on our way. We have my guy, DJ Damon. What's going on, Damon, from Houston, Texas? What's going on, bro?
What up? Can y'all hear me out there?
You sound like you're in a trash can.
Hey, Malone, can you do me a favor?
Huh?
Can you,
y'all can hear me, but I'm here. I'm staying in the house.
Wait, you got a mask on in the house? You got a mask on in your own house?
Yeah, I'm getting ready to put my mask on because I got people coming in for my birthday today. So,
okay. Happy birthday, bro.
How old are you?
I'm a half a century today, man.
All right, that definitely. If you're not a part of the radio panel, please go on mute. And
Malone, I'm gonna ask, can you give me these guys' information so I can send a friends request on Instagram and hopefully I'll follow back as well.
It's also in the chat too, Fuji. It's also in the chat.
Okay. All right, I'm signing off, and you guys have a wonderful day, man.
All right, man. I appreciate you. Man.
Malone, salute.
While we get everybody situated, DJ Damon, just in case and anybody that didn't know you, man, go ahead and introduce yourself and everything that you do.
What up, y'all? DJ Damon, Houston, Texas. Recently, to the Corona, been working for Capitol Records for 12 years. I worked at Epic. I worked for Atlantic Records for 4 years. Some of the artists I worked with Cardi B, Migos, all the Migos solo album. Who was lately? Bango Freddy, the last one, the main one that you might know. I've done records for like 20 years. I started off at Swab House way back in the day. I want to say it was 94, 95 that way. Been doing it for like 26 years. Estimated sold 24 million records. Worked at 93.7 for 5 years. I did KTSU down here in Houston for 8 years. Well, I did that for 8 years before I did 93.7 The Beat. Been doing the game pretty much good game. Still in it. Still doing my high school tours. Matter of fact, I did like a high school football game last night. I kind of learned from the greatest of that DJ Malone, so he taught me how to rock the crowd. So I still been rocking the crowds lately. So, you know.
All right, man. We got all the way from Kansas, DJ JQ. What's going on, man? Of Ars Radio.
Oh, what's good, fellas? What's good, man? Let me get my camera on.
No, it's not on.
Yeah, we on now. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Can you see me?
Yeah, we can see.
All right. What's going on, fellas, man?
How long you been doing this radio thing, man? Talk to me.
I've been doing this radio things, man, since 1995, bro. Holding it down. Kansas State University. Went from Kansas State University to it's called Platinum Broadcasting 97.5, and then Manhattan Broadcasting 96.3. Also 1350 K-Man, part of the Manhattan Broadcasting family out here in Manhattan, Kansas. So I've been doing it for a minute, man. Been doing it for a minute.
Definitely, man. We got my guy DJ Gia, man. Gia, you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's good with it, man?
Of hits of the and you're really the overall guy, man. So go ahead and introduce yourself of your radio station and everything, man.
Okay, I'm DJ Jet, of course, Illinois Fleet, man. I'm the owner, program director for Hits 107.3 The Beat. I've been doing my thing in radio for about 5 years. I did FM, I've done FM, I've done college radio, I've done community radio, been DJing for over 10 years. I was an artist for before that, a producer, do production. I do a little bit of everything with my radio too, far as the graphics, marketing, and all that. So, I do a little bit of everything and in between with radio and entertainment.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Now, the reason why this radio panel is so special to me because each and every one of y'all have basically have set up your own situations, not just from a terrestrial side, but your own brand as well. And I want to say I applaud you guys for that. My first question is I wanted to ask you guys, and anybody can put this, in the chat or talk to me about it. Where do you guys see radio at this point? Let's just dive right into it.
As far as the internet goes, I mean, I think the internet's actually played a bigger role in expanding radio. If you take it from where we had AM, FM, and this only thing you had, I mean, now the music is expanding. You know what I'm saying? FM is, I'm kind of sad to see it where FM is going. FM, when I was on, was going a little bit more automated. So back in 2008, when I was at 96.3, we were automated after day. So I would be on the radio in the morning doing running boards for Kate Craddock in the morning. It was a syndicated show out of Dallas, and then in the afternoon it would be syndicated. With me nobody on the radio except for we would pre-record all our shows. So I mean, right now I think the beauty of the internet, which is giving everybody the opportunity to have a radio station and expand that platform and to spread music out to the masses a little bit further with less restrictions than, regular radio.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that, Q. You know what I'm saying? Like with the internet radio and stuff like that, it allows you to be able to break boundaries. You know what I'm saying? With FM radio and terrestrial, you just got your area. So with this internet radio, it's giving artists a chance to be heard globally, instead of just in that they local little area where the FM station is rocking to. So, it's giving opportunities, man, like you said, without all the restrictions.
The restrictions are annoying, man.
Yeah.
We get put on the restrictions and, you gotta add, you don't have, I mean, being your own program director, being the program, the music, how you want it to be played and things like that, gives you more power. You know what I'm saying? Where before you had to, go to the program director and the program director didn't like the song, and then coming from the club aspect of it too, because I DJ'd back in high school. So, I've been in this game. I've been DJing for a minute. I'm 50 years old, so I've been DJing since 12. You know what I'm saying? And being able to be the first one to break the record when you're in a club, they want to take that same energy to the radio station. I think the college radio station for me was a little bit freeing because they let you play what you wanted to play. You know what I'm saying? Because it's college radio, and it really was more so. College radio was more so on the platform of a learning tool to get you ready to go to the next level if that's what you chose to do. Through what's called journalism, as far as if that was your major. You know what I'm saying? So I think with the internet radio, again, it gives you the freedom. It gives you the freedom to go ahead and listen to that song, critique it if you want to play it on your station or not. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody there to tell you that you had to play it. You know what I mean? So this gives you a chance actually to break a lot of those artists who otherwise wouldn't be heard. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the beauty of this whole thing right now, what we got going on.
Yeah, and with this internet radio situation, you know what I'm saying, a lot of us are able to come up with our own apps and stuff like that for the music to be able to be, you know, heard all over the place. And it's a digital area, man. All these youngsters and everybody got, you know, mostly got, you know, smartphones and stuff like that. So being able to tie both of those together, being super big for internet radio and stuff like that. So
yeah.
Damon, how you feeling about the state of radio as of right now? You on mute, man. Let's see.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're loud and clear.
Okay. Yeah, they got some great points. Cause it's like right now on mainstream radio, you can only play like the same 10 songs that everybody else around the whole country is playing. You don't have the ability to break artists that you feel that can be the next artist anymore, or else they'll put you off the radio. Like so many DJs, because of coronavirus, are fired or gone, or the record breakers. Like let's say Houston. I'm in Houston, fourth largest city in America. It is now in Houston only 3 DJs out of 6 million people that are on the radio that actually play records.
Wow.
3 DJs. All the other DJs are gone, fired, or on leave. They can't even come back on the radio. So there's no more independent shows, anything. So you have to depend on internet radio or podcast to even get your music out there now, because it's like the state of breaking new artists is almost is in a terrible state, because the rules now are like they're gonna play who they want to play, and they're gonna play the same thing that New York play. New York sounds no different from Houston. Houston sounds no different from LA. LA sounds no different from Miami on mainstream radio.
Exactly. No, good example. Like me and my wife were out a couple weeks ago. We were riding around through Kansas, just seeing the state itself, and listening to XM radio. Good God, I heard Drake and which one's that Drake new joint with a little Dirt. Man, I heard that shit every fucking hour. I got tired of hearing the song. I understand you had to break it. I understand it's brand new. I understand that you had to get it out. But every hour, I mean, it seemed like every time we hit a corner, that song was back on the radio. You know what I'm saying? And that, to me, I understand the commercial side of it. I understand you got to get paid. But at the same time, man, I mean, where's the variety? You know what I'm saying? Because if you turn on the radio and every 5 minutes you hear the same exact song, after a while, you're not going to want to hear that song anymore. That song is not going to be something that you want to listen to. You're not going to want to rock with it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it just seemed like every hour. And my wife was like, wow, didn't we just listen to that? I'm like, yeah, about an hour ago. You know what I'm saying? And like to your point, man, you said 10 songs. 10 songs, most popular songs on the radio. 10. That's it. I mean, there's more artists out there that's making good music. How come, why do they lock music into that little bubble where you can only get certain groups out or certain artists out? And music ain't like what it used to be back in, I'm a 80s or 70s baby, but I grew up in the grew up in the 80s, coming up through the 90s when music was banging. When we had singers, we had great R&B singers, great, great R&B groups. We had dope hip hop music that had a meaning and a message behind it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We waited. We were glad to wait an hour, not an hour, but like a year or 2 years for that artist to drop. So when LL came out, we were glad to wait for 2 years for his next album to drop. You know what I'm saying? Gave us time to enjoy the first album. So like when Bad came out, man, I'm sitting by the radio with my finger on the goddamn tape button, ready to record I'm Bad, because they kept talking about how it was coming. And then you waited for the rest of his album to come out, later on through the year. So it wasn't a problem to wait in 2-3 years. Now you got same 10 songs on the radio. You really don't get used to those 10 songs before the next 10 songs come out again. So and I think with the radio too, I think they wanted to save money, so they're glad to get rid of some of these DJs. I think Corona, for some of the radio stations, especially commercial stations, are going to be probably make the labels happy, or the station owners happy, because they don't have to pay nobody. Because now all you got to do is just put it in syndicated mode and just let the station run. Automation. Have somebody come in, record a couple drops, you know what I'm saying? Boom, let the music run.
But let's be real though. We said 10 songs, right? But
Right.
all 10 of them songs sound the same because these artists ain't got no variety. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's a repeat over and over again. You know what I'm saying? And when I start marketing my radio station, the first thing everybody always asks was, man, is it gonna be like the mainstream radio? Is it gonna be just like that FM station? I said, nah, we gonna have a variety. You ain't gonna hear that same 10 songs. You might not even hear that 10 songs during this rotation. You know what I'm saying? Because they tired, man. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, that same 10 songs sound exactly the same.
And
It's
if you're a mixing DJ, bro, good God,
Yeah.
you don't have to do nothing with your
It's over with.
Yeah.
you had to do nothing with your beat counts, nothing. Just
Yeah.
put the record on, let it go,
Yeah,
because
let it go.
you know you'll catch the beat either way.
Yeah, it's gonna mix itself. Yeah.
I wanted to bring in a moderator, man. DJ Most Precious, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? How y'all doing today?
Doing good. Can't see you.
Good.
I know if y'all knew what I was doing right now, y'all wouldn't want to see me. But
Well, go ahead, keep that right there. Keep that right there.
Do we got Brian on here as well?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. There we go. There you go, Brian. What up, man?
All right. What's up, people?
What up?
What's good?
What up?
I'm good.
Brian, just give me a little bit of emphasis about you and what you've done for radio, man, because you've done a lot.
Well, my career started off in 1997, actually in high school. I didn't even know that this was the gift, bottom line. And what ended up happening is I was fortunate to go to school with the great Lupe Fiasco, and he actually inspired me to want to do radio. From actually seeing him press with his music, and so a love for music and also wanting to provide an outlet for others is what started it. From high school, I ended up going to Columbia College Chicago, which is a well-known school here in Chicago that's known for the arts. And then from there, I interned with Radio Disney here in Chicago. From there, I actually brokered my own show at a company that I now work for on the weekends. And from there, I started Fusion Radio in 2008 and have been doing Fusion Radio for 12 years now, and have been fortunate to come into great people like DJ Malone and a host of artists that I've been able to provide a great platform for them. That's the sum up version.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that, Brian. I really do appreciate you. All right, Most P, the floor is yours, man. P, you there? I think she might have dropped off. Okay.
I'm here. I'm usually not hosting or moderating on my phone, so I'm a little occupied over here. But I'm gonna take this time to introduce me. I'm DJ Most Precious, International Most P, DJ for Carnival Cruise Lines, as well as the regional manager of the Midwest Fleet DJs. It's an honor to be hosting this radio panel as I oversee Legion of Tunes on iHeartRadio, and I assist Malone with Midwest Fleet Radio and programming as well. So it's an honor to be in the presence of so many different calibers of radio right now. And I know you guys have already introduced yourself, so let's get right into it. Thank you to Malone for holding me down right now. He knows why I'm not on the camera. He knows what I'm doing right now. So I appreciate you holding it down, this opportunity for moderate the radio panel. So you guys had a good conversation for what I came in about the radio at this current moment. But let's talk about, I know Brian, he just talked about how he got into radio. Q, I don't know if you talked about how you got into radio. Dame, I met you once or twice. I don't know if you talked about yours. But this next question, it can be any one of you guys can answer it. And I can't see it. Malone probably can. The question is, if you can turn back the heads of time of radio, what would be one or two things that you would emphasize and fix from jump?
The
I'm gonna
politics.
jump in. This is Brian. I'm gonna jump in. I would say having the creativity to be able to create bits and make radio entertaining outside of the music. Number two, I would say having the opportunity to be able to go out of the list, the program list, and be able to offer something that you know that your audience wants to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hit that on the head.
That was a good one.
And the submission process. You know what I'm saying? Like, we should have some more of the say so on what we playing. You know, like when it's like anything you do. If I'm playing something, if I'm doing something, that means I support it and I'm 100% behind it. A lot of the music that we are made to play, we don't even like, and the music that we do like, we can't play. It's not a good look.
Facts. I agree with that. I agree. For me, I guess, like I said, from where I'm at, being out here in Kansas, where I'm at, I was told that urban station wouldn't work out here in Manhattan, Kansas, because there was not enough minorities.
Yeah.
So for me, I would love to have the hands of time turned back on that, where we could fix that, because I'm surrounded by a military base, and on a military base, I'm from New York, so everybody who came out here, who has come out here, who even play football or basketball here at Kansas State University, they're not from Kansas. You know what I mean? There's brothers from Miami. There's brothers from fucking New York. There's brothers from Baltimore. There's California. There's DC. I mean, there's a plethora and a mix of people. You know, and I'm told there's not enough minorities, so this is why we won't, have an urban station out here. You know, this is why I've been out here 20 plus years, and being on 91 now at the College Station, that was my drive and energy to try to figure out a way to create an urban station. Now, and thankfully, this last couple of years, I've actually, again, with the help of the internet, because we have the option to, and things are open. I got an opportunity to actually create a urban radio station out here. Now, the next step for me to do is figure out how to get that stuff, instead of just locking it on the internet, to expand it to where everybody in the neighborhood surrounding market can hear it. Because ain't nobody, because there's nothing out here that anybody's going to challenge me on. It's so sad that I can turn 97.5 on, 96.3 on. They're both the local pop stations. And I can almost beat match the stations because they almost play the same exact song at the same exact time. You know what I'm saying? Which is kind of sad. You can sit in your car and bounce back between channels and mix.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But also, I think to the point is that I think it has to do a lot with I feel like underground politics in a sense. You know what I'm saying? I do believe that if I could change back the hands of whatever, the hands of time, I would definitely give a lot of people more opportunities. And because there's been places where I've been undercutted, or maybe another DJ may get the opportunity just because of maybe of the clout of his Instagram, but he's trash in
Exactly.
real life. You know what I'm saying? So I think for me, it would just be the politics and stuff.
Okay, let's go to Dane.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that. Dane, what's your thoughts? What would you change with what you do for radio?
Good question. What would I change? Just like everybody said, give the DJs, if you hire the
So you do
DJs.
us a huge, hey Dane, can you do us a huge favor and remove the mask when you talking, bro? All I hear is muffle, muffle, muffle. I know you promoting yourself, but when you talking, kind of
give the DJs the power of DJing. That's what I'm saying. If you hire your DJ, trust the DJ to play a record or two that you normally don't have your rotation. Let them actually break an artist. That's all I'm saying. If you're gonna hire a DJ and you trust the DJ, and the DJ is known for doing his job, he is a DJ. His job is to break records, right? So if his job is to break records, if he got an hour mix, let each DJ break 2 records during each mix. Let the DJs do their jobs and stop playing the politics. I know it's politics. We're in a political election. But let the DJs break the job, because if you're not, you're going to have the whole country sound like the exact same. Every DJ is going to be playing the same exact song. Break artists, that's how you keep the economy going, by pulling in new artists, breaking new artists, getting the economy stimulating for your city. You don't want to hear the same thing. Like he said, you don't want to hear Drake and Dirk every 10 minutes. So.
Can't do it, man. Can't do it.
Real talk. I mean, I definitely agree. I agree with you, Dane. Real talk, because it's just like, as a DJ, you here to bring an experience. So if you go into the club and they tell you this is the set playlist, this is the only thing you're gonna play, how you gonna give them an experience? Because they already put the platform out for you. You got to let me come in and do me, so I can bring you the experience that you're supposed to have.
Well, yeah, with that too, though, the being coming from both sides of it, being a DJ and then being a radio DJ.
Yeah.
A lot of these club owners, for me, they don't see it. They don't understand what DJing is. You know what I mean? Yeah. They see it. We've been made a gimmick. We've been made a joke in the movies. Everybody think you get the turntables and you go in and go wiki, wiki, wiki. And that's what we do. We push the buttons and go wiki, wiki. So everybody wants to become a DJ. And nobody has a clue on how the music is supposed to be played. Nobody understands how to rock a crowd. I've been told, don't sing on a microphone, because if you get on a microphone and talk too much, then you're gonna rile the crowd up and everybody want to fight. That's not necessarily true. Maybe the crowd don't know the song. You gotta announce the song. You gotta get everybody to know what the song is. You gotta bring it. This is what this is what our job is on air and in the club. Our job is to entertain. We're supposed to bring. Right. We're supposed to bring money to the owner. The owner should be sitting back like, fuck it, you do your job. All I want you to do is make sure my people in here get thirsty and my bartenders are getting paid. That's what I want to make sure you do. Because when I'm up on the decks, and I'm doing my little thing, I do karaoke and then I DJ on the side, doing my karaoke sets. I always announce my bartender. I'll fuck with my bartender. My bartender could have had a birthday 10 months, a year ago. I say it's his birthday tomorrow, just to make sure that he gets paid. So when these guys leave the bar at night, they looking at me like, thanks, Q. I thought I was going to get paid. Sure, I'm going to make sure you get paid. This is my job. My job is also sit there and watch fucking security to make sure that we don't have fights in there. So when I go on the radio and promote this, oh, damn, that's where the party is. Oh, that's the DJ that broke that new record. We're entertainment. We should be treated as such.
But I also think we should get back to having a variety team. One of the things that I like about Save 45 is that from top to bottom, they have a variety team. In the morning, you got Sway. I think it's who's that? Lord Sear is at noon. The All Out Show is at 3. I think K Slay is on there. So you have different variety DJs, but they're on the same beat as far as where they're trying to go.
Exactly.
So I think that's where, for me, as far as terrestrial goes, I think that's what is losing the art. It's more of, that's that DJ because his name is such and such, not because he brings something to the table. It's just because he can bring a lot of people, and I get it. That's marketing. You want somebody that can bring you, from a marketing standpoint, you want somebody to bring you advertisement, funds, visuality, whatever you want to call it. I get that, but I just think we need that variety team has been lost.
Well, yeah.
But I think.
Go ahead. My bad.
This is Brian. I think though too, just to add on to the names, as far as Shade 45 is, you got great DJs like DJ Tony Touch. You got Static Selector. To add to the names, I think also we have to look at ownership. When you have companies like iHeart own so many stations, Intercom that owns stations, is that they put one model out there that all the station formats follow. We should period outside of those companies to be able to make those changes.
Exactly. Agreed. I mean, with that being said too, Brian, I think a lot of the industry is, especially when it comes down to urban music, they're afraid to let that market run freely. They got to, they still want to control it and almost have it sound like a pop station, but we're playing hip hop music. You know what I mean? We're playing the hip hop friendly hip hop music or urban friendly R&B music that sounds almost popish, instead of letting us have our different sound. Just like Dane was saying earlier, how music sounds almost the same. And I think Gia said the same thing. Music sounds almost the same. It's almost the same exact sound. So that was the beautiful part of having urban radio and pop, what's called top 40 radio. Each of them had their own different sound. Now everything almost sounds exactly the same. It's no, like I said, singers. Name an artist right now that can blow. Somebody, female, male artist, they can sit down and blow right now. Seriously. Somebody, you sit down.
Old or new?
New. Somebody give you chills when they sing right now.
Chills?
Yeah.
There you go. See, got you thinking. There's nobody out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I found Kiki Wyatt on the internet, YouTube video a year ago, and her and some friends were singing. Man, I played that during one of my sets just while we were waiting for somebody else to come on stage for karaoke. The bar stood still. They stood still because they couldn't believe the way that she sang. You know what I mean? So right now, what do we have as far as an artist that we could promote that sings like that, who makes you feel like that? Hip-hop songs that made you want to get up on the floor and be like, yo, something's sweating, but it had a message to it as well. We don't have that. Everything sounds beat-wise the fucking same, and it's old. It's an old format.
True. That segues into my next question. And Spun kind of brought it up in his comment. He said mostly, DJs are starting to sound the same too. So how do you, I know all you guys own radio or you have a really a tight connection to owning one or part of one. How do you set yourself apart from all the stations you just mentioned? And also, how do you expect to be a part of the trend? How do you survive in the radio market? Anyone can go. Just make room for everybody to talk.
That's a why
Good
you do
question.
that, Most P? That's a good question.
Right?
That is a mouthful,
Exactly.
but I like the question, man. From a programming standpoint, and I didn't know this until I started programming for Midwest Fleet Radio, is that power that you have, and it's very, very delicate because you have. And here's the thing: people. Let's be real. People get brainwashed listening to the same song. I listened to, what is that dude's name? What's that dude's name? That Gucci Gang.
Oh God.
After a while, you're gonna start singing Gucci Gang. So it's a brainwashing mechanism, I think, because I feel like if you're hearing it over like 10 times in the next 2 hours, that's a bad thing. So for me, programming has taught me that to form a balance of everything, man. To form what you really want to hear and what you really want to push out. So that's just for me.
I think,
Agree.
I think for me, what I decided, with my station, I decided, I'm like, you know what, I want to grab a eclectic group of DJs not from the same area, and I want each one of them to have their own type of flavor, and to break up everything else. Like, not a lot of internet and all that radio has talk shows and different things like that. So I want to bring in substance with mine too. You know what I'm saying? And variety. So, on my station, I got talk shows and I got mix shows and I got live shows, just a little bit of everything. And like, I got DJs from New York, Florida, Texas, Chicago, I'm in Carbondale. We got South Carolina, just a little bit California, El Paso, just a little bit of everything just to keep the flavor, you know what I'm saying? So it's not the same, and I'm not telling them what to play. I'm like, man, do you. Exactly. And that's what's keeping it fresh. And, you turn the station on, people are like, dang, that I'm not hearing the same music that I'm used to hearing. I'm like, cuz I'm letting them do them. I'm giving them the power. They like, people hit my inbox like, when, so what kind of set do I got to do? 60 minutes. That's all I'm telling you. 60 minutes, do you.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to do with my station. And then on Sundays, I got what I call Sunday Morning Joy. And pretty much what I did was take a lot of gospel hits and I put in a rotation, let the gospel run. I got an uncle who is a pastor, and I've downloaded his sermon for the morning from the week before, you know what I'm saying? And I go ahead and upload it and play it. So that gives you something, you know what I'm saying? It breaks it up because it's not the same stuff. It's, got a good feeling in the morning. It's Sunday, you know what I'm saying? Time to worship, time to shake off the negative of what's been going on for the week. So, you know what I'm saying? So that's the beginning of my transition. I'm starting to build that. I got, have my DJs, from Baltimore and in Ohio So I'm still building that, you know, trying to get a tight coalition of just nice mix shows. And then I'm going to go ahead and start bringing in the talk shows. I got talk shows lined up. I'm just trying to make sure before I bring all that together that everything right now, the foundation is properly built. You know what I'm saying? Because the competition is not, I wouldn't say fierce, but the competition is out there though, but to be different. So you have to make those adjustments. You have to figure it out.
That's right.
Brian, go chime in just real quick before y'all transition.
No,
what I do different is
I
out
was
for
going
the
to
DJ. I'm sorry. Go.
I was going to you. I wanted to hear what.
No, go ahead, Mo, because we talking on stuff.
No, I'm saying you. I was about to say.
Yeah.
Before you even said something, so we wasn't gonna go nowhere until you talk.
I think for me is my thing is always allowing the DJ to be himself, like not, you know, coming up with a certain list of songs. Allow the DJ to be himself. I think also staying on top of the independent music scene. We have a ton of artists. We do like almost 5 to 6 artist interviews, you know, a show. And what I saw with myself is that while I'm a personality and I like to entertain, is I still entertain, but I noticed that since there's only one hip hop show on the station that I'm on in Chicago, that there were so many submissions for artists to be on the show that I sort of made it where it's more like a podcast show, and I'm interviewing so many artists and playing music at the same time.
Like that setup.
That's it, Rose.
So you know what I got to say about it? It's like this. They should know right now. Biggest thing right now is the verses, right? Which means that's when the music was good. And if you can see by the numbers, since everything is the numbers, you're going back to the Patti LaBelle, the Gladys Knight, the Monica and Brandon. Why are they coming in? They do a verses, which now is the new theme on the IG Live, and they're selling in the top 30. They have 30 records in the top 100. So it's letting you know everybody has to sing. You don't have to play the same song. Tuesday, Friday. Go back to some old school. Let the DJs do their thing. Go to some new school. Break some new artists. Don't do the same thing as everybody else. Because obviously, if it wasn't selling, you wouldn't have 1.2 million people watching Versus on the IG Live. So you're telling me 1.2 million people will tune into a Versus live and go listen to the radio because they say here. Yeah, I can miss this 2 hours. They're going to be playing the same song they was playing 2 hours ago, 10 times this hour.
Exactly.
So let me go back to
I think with that being said, though, I like how you brought that up. I think the reason why everybody's listening to that stuff like that is because that was fresh. You know what I'm saying? Just like you said, it wasn't the same damn music. You know, I can listen to Monica and Brandy, and that shit take me back. Oh, shit, I remember that. You know, this is what I was trying to tell my daughter.
That's golden era music.
Exactly. The songs from the 90s, the late 80s and 90s up till I say 2008. This is where I give the cutoff. It's 2008. You can sit back and say, yo, I was there for this one, or I remember where I was at for that one. The new stuff right now, can you honestly sit there and say I was where I was at when this song came out? No. Because they all sounded damn same. You don't even know, you couldn't even say what artist it was that song, that song was played, because somebody else comes up, Lil Durk sounds just like Lil Baby. You don't know. Like I said, that's why those versus things take off so well. That's why I saw on Facebook yesterday, Swiss Beats said that he wasn't going to, that Janet Jackson didn't have a catalog, a bigger catalog than Missy Elliott. I'm like, what the hell is Swiss talking about?
That's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother Zoom. Let's stroll and not bring that topic up. I'm being 100 right there. That pissed me off. But
he did that on purpose, though.
I know.
For all publicity.
Yeah, that's it.
But I'm just saying, Janet Jackson was the queen of pop R&B music.
Are we really gonna say that?
Was I don't know. I think she still got that type.
I'm saying she was until the titty incident, and then they pushed her out.
Nah, that put it on.
It put on. She is silly. You know what I'm saying? At that point in time, she was at her height. Think about it. She was at her height of the game. And then they just easily pushed her out the door quietly for a little while, and they gave everybody else room to grow. But I'm saying, you think about it, the Rhythm Nation album, 1814, that album, I got almost every single sitting on my in my wall of records over here. You know what I'm saying? Because that was music. That was when you won. That was that shit that you partied. You know what I'm saying? That's that New Jack Swing era shit. That's when we were in the club having a good time. That's when you knew, okay, this is gonna be hit. This is gonna be hit. We can drop this.
Yeah.
Now you can't do that, and that's I feel a generation of music listeners have lost out. You know, when I grew up, my mom and dad, especially my mom around the house, played Parliament, Funkadelics, everything while we were cleaning up the house.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, so when those songs come on now, that brings back a memory. Yo, I remember when we was doing this, or like we talk about for example, my cousin Evelyn Champagne King, Love Comes Down. SNS, you know, dropped the remix of that shit, ends up there partying, doing Harlem Shake. But that song still resonates to where you say that's barbecue music. That's barbecue music. We go to barbecue and drop this song and have a good time. You know, barbecues are gone. The good music is gone. So now what are we doing? How we bring it back?
How do radio that segues into the next topic? How is radio? You guys, you can only really speak about. I'm taking this moment for you guys to publicize what you do, because we know it's radio all over the world. We know commercial, we know all that, but commercial is being offsetted with all the digital forms now. So with you guys having internet radio access and college radio access, how are you going to how are you going to bring that? How are you going to use what you have to change this type of crap we living in right now with the radio we listening to? What is your part? What is your purpose?
I think first and foremost, you need a like-minded squad on your team too. Like I could implement a lot of things, but I'm only one person. You need to touch other different people who have the same vision or at least the same mind frame as you, to where you can push that out. I'm more about conquer. Let's take over the whole situation, because that's what it is at the end of the day. I feel like all these higher ups in terrestrial, I feel like one day they all got together and they said, hey, we're going to only put on whoever we want to put on. That's what it seems like to me.
Exactly. Well, I mean, what I mean. You say you hit it right on the head, but look who's out. Look at the point. Look who's out. You know what I'm saying? Again, it goes back to quality of artist. Think about this for a second. Again, we waited for albums to come out. We waited for albums because we knew the album was going to be worth it. Now you know you ain't getting an album no more. You ain't getting an album no more. You're getting 6 songs. They call it an EP, and they rushing the song out. So you really don't get a chance to even like the song. You know what I'm saying? But you're told you got to play it. So when you're in a club, even though that song, that artist is not even in your stack just yet because you weren't feeling that song yet. But you got people coming up to you, hey Malone, I need you to play a song for me, man. I need you to play that new Lil Durk. I need you. Man, okay, look, I'm not feeling that right now. Let me find something else. Because the crowd, just because you like it, the crowd, and this is where I said the entertainment part comes in, trying to build that crowd to follow. And I said, with this commercial side, and them cats the big wigs are getting paid because now the stations are publicly traded on the stock market. There's no more. This is where everything is trying to become privatized. They're trying to privatize everything so that money can be made hand over fist, and the DJs are being pushed out. You know what I'm saying? So they're pushing us out, and this is where you get the automation come in. So we leaving the live DJ on the boards, that human energy, you know what I'm saying, that you can gravitate to somebody, that's being pushed out the door. And now the automation's coming in. Because you got some bars that want DJs to program Spotify for them, a nice Spotify playlist so they can play in the bar and not have to worry about having a DJ. As long as they got a Spotify playing, that's good. You know what I mean?
Now let's keep it real. Why do most of these artists want to be on FM and all these different things? It's because of the way it's put out there.
It's the brand, bro.
It's the brand. It's the brand and the way it's put out there. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
When you go into these cities, what do you see on the digital billboards? What do you see in all these different places? What we have to do as internet radio and all that is be in the same places they are. You know what I'm saying? We got to be on the digital billboards. We got to go to these events with our stuff and all our things like mine in the background all hang up just like the FM radio. You know what I'm saying? We got to come just like they come and let them know we here. Like in my city, you know what I'm saying? To go back to what you said, Q, like when I started my station where I'm at down here in Carbondale, Illinois, they don't have an urban radio station. They don't have.
You on the same level.
Yeah, and I'm
man,
a college
Kansas,
town.
I don't have one.
Yeah. And I'm a college town too. So, you know what I'm saying? Yep. When I started my station, you know what I'm saying? I got some emails from the station I was working at because they tried to steal my idea on the show I wanted to start. So I started my own station, you know what I'm saying? And now I'm gravitating the listeners to what they want to hear. And now they want to email me like, man, why are you doing this over here? Man, I thought you was going to do it over here. Now y'all try to steal it. You know what I'm saying? But when you start showing them that you can do exactly what they do on your own accord, then they really understand. They really understand what's going on. And that's what you got to do. That's what our job is to do. You know what I'm saying? As far as our internet radio, if we jump out there and do it just like them, pop up on these events, sponsor these events, hosted by, Hits 107.3, hosted by Q station and all that. And just like those FM stations, they'll understand what it is.
Exactly. They said go ahead, Malone. Sorry about that.
And I want to bring in Damon for this because me and him, when we were doing the high school tours, it's the visual aspect of it too. Because a lot of people, they see, oh, this is cool, and then we use Instagram to our advantage. Oh, the kids are turning up. Oh my God, yay! And it's what's making a brand in the visual aspect of it. Damon, what you feel?
You're exactly right. Because what we was doing, even though we were going for some major stations, the major station executives never was out there. When we was out there doing, we was making them look good because only thing they say they was kids were always going crazy. I was getting fucked. On this shit, the brand, the 93.7 brand. It's like you just said, you have to put your brand out there. If you're in this station and you go turn up with the DJ and you put your brand out there, and they like, man, this is a good DJ. You turn it out, they're going to actually go listen to it. Their brand. Yeah. That's what we did. Yeah. If that 93.7 had nothing to do with it. Me and Malone had that by ourselves, and we would just put them in the background. We gave them credit for making it. But they had nothing to do with it. They never touched the kids. They never got caught with the people. It's about putting you in and showing the people what you can do. And you turn out and you actually care about them. You know what I'm saying? Because the major corporations, they don't care about nobody. They care about the money.
Care about that pocket, baby. Yep.
Okay, but before we get out of here, everybody, let's take this last few minutes that we have in this panel to talk about the difference between radio DJing, regular DJing, and radio personalities, because we have all you on here right now. And this can be a good conversation to hold us over before we end. Whoever wants to go first, and Dane, and you can chime in for what your title is as well. I'm still trying to, I know you have heavy moves and breaking records, so let's talk about it.
What I do like right now, like I said, what I'm doing right now, even though all the personalities in Houston pretty much got fired because they fired all the promotion teams and promotion teams. There's only like 3 DJs working. But I'm like, I'm not gonna stop because of Corona. Like last night, I'm going to the high school football games. I talk to the principals of them like, boom, let's work out. Let me go DJ the game. So what I do while we doing a pregame, while the team's warming up, while the band's coming in, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go play the records, break the records. I didn't want to do it like last night. I didn't want to do it, but guess what they did before the game started? All the kids came over to me and was dancing by me. I'm like, I don't want y'all all by me like this, but if we're gonna jam, let's play these records. And you mix in your hits, you mix in your drinking them, but you put in a couple independent too. That the independent records play about 2 minutes. If they like them, they like them. If they ask for it, oh, this such. Oh, let me go on my phone because everybody now is just on the phone. I hate to say it. It's club. thing. It's no more everybody enjoying it. It's let me put this on my phone. Let me put this on my TikTok. I'm at the game, so I'm doing this on my phone. Everything now is on your phone.
Yeah.
You have to as it goes, because that's the technology that they do now. You sit on the phone at a game or at the thing instead of have fun. Just to show that's what they're doing. As it goes, and don't be afraid to play new records. Don't be afraid to play old records. You don't have to play the same thing over and over because guess what? They hit it on commercial radio all day, every day. You have to do your brand and break. If you jamming enough, they're gonna jam to whatever you're doing. You can't be afraid to do what you can't be afraid to do you. I tell people that all the time. Do not be afraid to do you. If you do you good enough, they're gonna come to you and be like, man, what is that? Let me family. Let me do this. What is this on Spotify? Is it on Spotify? Yada yada yada. Yes, it is.
I think the difference between like DJing and being a radio DJ is as far as the mixing goes, it's a structural format. It's if you would make a promotional type of mix or whatever. It's it's the blend for me. Because I DJ because some DJs in radio they think slamming records is DJing. That's to me that's not DJing. That's just you stopping the button and putting an effect and making it sound good. But it's
like they're just doing but you like you said you're slamming the record. They're not mixing it out. They just slamming the record and they think because they put horns behind it they're doing something. No, that's not. You're exactly right. Most DJs right now, Malone.
They train wrecking.
I'm just saying is that I was taught to sandwich to break a record properly, sandwich the mix. So what you would do is you would come in with a hot song, then you bed it into the actual track that you're about to break, and then come out with another hot song. Because here's the thing, people will remember that transition because what we talked about before, brainwashing. Drake and Dirk has already been played over and over and over again. So why wouldn't you have the same type of BPM range that I can play that in? Artists are giving me BPM ranges at 56 BPM. What is that? What is that?
What you got? Then you got to press up the deck on the speed on the turntable, or the deck or whatever you're using, just to play bring that up to speed. Because nothing plays slow. I mean, I don't know. You're right though. There's two different levels of it. You got radio personality is more so somebody who entertains the masses via interview. You know what I'm saying? The way they interact with the artists on the phone or interact with the artists in the studio. Club DJ is you're entertaining to the masses and you're breaking that new record to the crowd via mix, transition, or just playing a song. Yo, this is Malone and Q right here, brand new mix. Boom, you drop, let everybody hear it, and then you get out. You know what I'm saying? And that's where we at right now. We're in a position now as DJs and program directors and radio DJs. We're in a position now to where we have to figure out how to bring that energy back to where we controlled how music was played. Right. We're now in a position where we have to learn how to take the corporate side out of it and bring us back into it. Because when they came in and broke hip hop up, you remember when they came in, Pepsi came in and took the breakers away and paid them to go on tour to break dance. And then when they got tired of them after a year, they kicked the B-boys off tour, and now B-boys on the street getting back in trouble where hip hop had brought B-boying into the scene where it was a way to keep people from fighting with each other. And then you saw with the ADAT tapes come out, they pulled the DJ away from the MC. So now the MC is running around with an ADAT, no DJ. And then the DJ, we became just a marketing tool. We're funny. Wiki, wiki, wiki. This is what we do. And every time you see somebody, why you got your headphone on your ear, one ear in and one ear out, and they go wiki, wiki, wiki. How do you do wiki, wiki? Scratch it, wiki. You know, the DJ has become a joke. But we are the ones that made the music. Wasn't a program director. Because we be the one to go on the program director. Yo, this song right here, this is gonna be the hit. Promise you. Not the A side. The B side's gonna be the hit.
But you kiss ass to the program director because you want to get higher up into the situation, which is crazy to me.
With facts, and that's the sad part. It's either you do that or you don't have a career in the industry. Or if you do have a career in the industry, you're not going any further than where you're at, because then you're viewed as somebody who doesn't know how to play in the sandbox with the other big kids.
Agreed.
You gotta be a problem causer, you know.
Yeah. When you look at how things is going now, like a lot of these younger generational people don't even know what DJing is, what it sounds like to hear a real blend and all that. So when you go to the club and you doing that, I DJ with another DJ at a spot out here, and he be like, man, they don't even know that blend was off. He's saying that while he doing it, you know what I'm saying? They only that blend is off, but they in there dancing like it's on, and I'm like, man, you know, but it's what they are used to hearing, you know what I'm saying? Like their ear is untrained, you know what I'm saying? So they think that sounds good. So even when you go to the radio, you DJing and you doing things the same way, it still sounds good to them, you know what I'm saying? Like before, the art of actually being a DJ, you had to know what you was doing. You know what I'm saying? You had to really know how to cut. You had to really know how to blend. You know, you had to really know how to do, bring those things in and out. You know what I'm saying? Transition. None of that for what these young folks, they don't even care what you're doing. They love when you train wreck. They want you to go from one song while he rhyming in the middle of the verse and just throw the next one in. They don't care, but you gotta go back to, like, as a DJ, this is what, you know what I'm saying? They say this is what people know you as. Right. You don't even see who back there DJing, but you hear my sound. So, you know what I'm saying? You got to have some kind of integrity behind what you do, man. You know what I'm saying? So
True indeed.
a lot of DJs don't, man. So we got to get back to it, man. We got to get back to it.
Agree with you on that, Gia. Agree with you on that.
Yeah. So, hey, I know when I'm doing my thing, and if that blend is off, man, I'll be ready to throw my mixer, my controller out the door. Like, you know what?
Hurry up! Get out the mix!
Get out of it! You know what I'm saying? Like, it means something. It gotta mean something to you, man. You know, a lot of people, just because the tools that they got out now, everybody feel like they could be a DJ. You know what I'm saying? And it don't mean nothing to them. You know what I'm saying? It has to mean something to you. You know, when you putting on a show, when you out there performing, when you live on the radio, when you live in the club, it has to mean something to you. When I walk out the club, I don't want mugs to be looking like, damn, he just stunk this mug up. We should have went somewhere else. I want motherfuckers to be like, hey, when you coming back? Because when you coming back, I'm coming back.
Exactly.
I appreciate y'all, man. Brian, anything you want to say, man?
Oh man, look, I'm enjoying everything that everybody is saying. I would say that education, as far as with some of the young bros, is, a lot of times there are young bros and young sisters, and we have them, that do want to learn how to do it. And I just say it's all about our approaches, being the people that's older than them, like, not to, come down on them in a certain way, because a lot of them, that pushes them further. But, take them under our wings, build the relationships with them to show them that.
Agree.
Thanks, man. We all have somebody that told us something, you know what I'm saying? We all have somebody that said, you know what, man, if you do that like this, man, it'll be better. You know what I'm saying? That's that big brother. We all here to be that big brother. And sometimes we still need a big brother right now, even if you've been in it for a while. Because, you know what I'm saying, you ain't never too old to learn something new, man.
Exactly.
That's fact. So we're down to that bare minimum of time left for this amazing radio panel that has covered all facets of entertainment, from DJing to networking to politics. But before we get out of here, everybody that has tuned in or will tune in at a later time must know how to contact you guys to network with you. So one at a time, make sure you tell your social medias, how to email you to get placed on your radio show, whatever information you want people to know and how to contact you. This is your time to do it with our last few minutes on this panel. Anyone go first?
Yo, this is Q. My Instagram is at OzRadio785. Just hit me there. hit my email, DEEJAYQUEE@gmail. And I get back, you know what I'm saying? Submit a radio mix show, whatever, man. Wanna do the show together as far as talk radio, whatever. Let's chop it up.
All right, well, I guess this is Brian. I'll jump on in.
All right.
Fusion Radio 08 on IG, Fusion Radio 08 at yahoo.com is how you can stay in touch with me.
All right, this DJ Jet, man. I'm Hits HITZ 1073 on Instagram. Hits HITZ 1073 the THEBEAT at gmail.com is how you can get to me on the email. And 618-203-3397 is my cell phone number. You can hit me up if you want to submit music, you want to make show, whatever you want to do, we on deck.
DJ, my Instagram is School Takeover TAKOVA or Mr. Hostile. I got two of them. One's big, one's little, but they the same thing. I respond. My Twitter is Go DJ Damon. Also, that's my TikTok. Contact me. I mean, I'm always breaking something. I'm always doing something for your DJs. We have a mixer we do every Wednesday night. Malone been on it twice. We do a mix every night on cable 90.1 down here. Where I let DJ our mixing. Just play mix on FM radio in Houston. And I don't even ask you what to play. Just you turn me in 2 30-minute mixes, so we can do a 5-minute break in between. Then do you what you break on the break. Don't have to play the same thing.
Y'all can follow me. First and foremost, make sure you guys follow Midwest Fleet Radio. Make sure you guys check out Chi-Town Urban Radio. You can follow that at Chi-Town Urban Radio. You can hit me up at DJ Malone Pro for Facebook, Instagram. I don't know, maybe Craigslist. I don't know. Whoever you can find me, wherever, man. Make sure you guys get in tune with me. I appreciate DJ Mo Precious for moderating the call, man. It's been a pleasure having you on here.
I'm so honored. Oh my God. No. Everybody, thank you for giving me the chance to come in and, chime in and moderate with you guys. I'm DJ Most Precious. If you haven't got here but know how to follow me, I'm DJ MOS Precious. Everything is DJ Most Precious. Subscribe to mostpreciouspromotes.com, which is my promotional site where I do a lot of my entertainment services, cross-branding, etc. Also follow Legion of Tunes on iHeartRadio, as well as Legion of Tunes on social media, IG to be exact. In the meantime, everybody, you can contact me if you want to send music or to get mix shows on our platforms. Make sure you email me at info@djmostprecious.com. In the meantime, keep following Midwest Fleet Radio and Midwest Fleet DJs, Illinois Fleet, DJ Malone Pro. Thank you guys. Brian, thank you to Dame. Thank you to Q. Thank you to Jaya. Thank you to everybody. DJ Swamp Thing checked in as well. But thank you to everybody for rocking with the radio panel. This is DJ Most Precious, and I'm out.
Definitely, man. We got right now coming up next, man. We got the All-Star panel. If you guys didn't know, maybe you've been living under a rock this whole time. This is the Illinois Music Conference, and the next coming up is the All-Star panel. I'm excited for this one, man. We got DJ Swamp Thing is our moderator. Swamp Thing, where you at, man?
What up, man? Here driving, man, but I'm here, man. I'm ready to work, man. I caught the last end of the panel before me, man. Love what I was hearing. Shout out to Most P. Shout out to everybody that was on, man. Let's keep this train rolling.
If you're not a part of the the All-Star panel, please go on mute and put your video off, and then whoever coming on the All-Star panel, put your mute, get off of mute, and then come on in. And let's see.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hello.